If you've been posting for months, maybe even years, and you still haven't landed a brand deal, don't worry. You don't need a huge audience or a viral video to get sponsored on YouTube. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to land your first brand deal the simple way as a small creator. You'll learn how to position your channel, how to pitch, and what brands are actually looking for so you can get your first brand deal closed. For a little context, my name is Brandon Pomerati. I'm the founder of Adhesive Media. We do sponsorship representation for over 150 YouTube channels and have helped them close over $19 million of sponsorship deals since I started the business in late 2022. Let's first dive into this myth. You need to have a huge subscriber base to land a sponsorship deal. And that is false. Tons of small creators with sub 100K subscribers get sponsorship deals. What really matters more is the quality of your audience and how engaged they are with you as the host. I've seen channels with millions of subscribers and huge view counts get huge sponsorship rates and then never convert for that brand, and other channels with 50 times of a smaller viewership generate more sales for that brand and land a long-term renewal deal. So that's the first thing you want to get out of your head. The next thing is, how do you get your channel sponsorship ready? And really there's not much to it. The biggest thing is consistently posting on a cadence and having a consistent viewership. Whether you have 10,000 views a video or 1,000,000 views a video, you want your viewership to be consistent and you want to have a returning audience that keeps coming back. This is a really good signal to brands that you have an audience that actually has an affinity towards you as the host, and they'll listen towards your product recommendations. Outside of that, you want to make sure that your content is brand safe. And if you're not already showing your face on screen during your videos, that's something that you'll probably also want to start doing as well, just because most brands are looking for creators that can actually use the product and show themselves with their face on the screen. The next step here is finding the right brands to pitch. So every brand that you want to work with either should be a product that either you would use yourself or your audience could use. But really, more importantly than that, you want to go after products that are sponsoring other creators in your niche, because that generally means they have a YouTube budget. Out of the hundreds of brands that we've worked with in the past at Adhesive Media, it's rarely been the case where they've never spent $1 on YouTube. Generally, it's going to be 10 times easier for you to close deals with brands that are already spending money on YouTube creators than brands that have never tried out YouTube. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is you should definitely be going after brands that are sponsoring other creators in your niche. So now that you know what brands you want to work with, there's 3 ways that you can get brand deals. Number 1 is outbound, when you outreach brands. Number 2 is inbound, when they email you. And number 3 is through a sponsorship rep like Adhesive Media. In terms of outbound, a lot of creators may not have the time to actually do this, but I'll give you a little example of what outbound looks like. So now that we're on my screen, the first thing you want to do is to use a tool like LinkedIn or LinkedIn Sales Navigator or Apollo. The first thing you're going to do in here is you're going to pick the company that you want to reach out to. So let's say a lot of creators are getting sponsored by Alo Yoga in your niche. The next thing you want to do is go to current job title and search for things like influencer. You want to search for things like partnerships. You want to search for things like creator. These are the job titles you're looking for. You'll find someone like this who's senior manager of influencer marketing. This would be the right person. Director of social influencer for men's and athletes. So if you're a men's channel, you would do this. And look at all these options we have here of people that could be the right fit, right? And so what you want to do is basically email each one of them and outreach them, giving a little bit more information about your channel. So what I would do is I would first click on this person and then send them a connect, and then personalize your invite with a little information about your channel. The other thing you could do here is actually pull in their email using a free tool like Apollo.io. Click access email, and you'll find their email, as well as you could even find their phone number if you want to cold call them, but that doesn't really work too well in this industry. So this is how I would go about outreaching a certain brand, right? I would use a mix of reaching out via LinkedIn and hitting them up over email. But chances are you're most likely too busy to do this, and what you'll want to do instead is you'll want to focus on brands that are emailing you via your YouTube About section email, or you'll want to find yourself a sponsorship representative, whether that's a manager or a sponsorship agency to work with. When it comes to inbound emails, as soon as you pass 10,000 views per video, you're going to start getting a ton of emails from brands. The problem is 90% plus of these emails are complete scams. So what you want to do is you want to use a few email templates to actually vet out these emails. Let's go to sponsorshiptoolbox.com, which is a free resource that we made for YouTubers. We don't even ask for your email in order to get access to the resource. And I have this page here called How to Handle Inbound Sponsorship Deals. And as part of this, it gives you a whole checklist how to know if the company is legit. It gives you email templates to use to email the companies and to know if they are completely legit and if they actually work at that brand or they're just an agency representing that brand. So if you're getting a lot of inbound opportunities and you want to learn how to handle these, go to sponsorshiptoolbox.com and check out the inbound sponsorship emails resource. The third way to get a hold of brands, like I mentioned, is to get a sponsorship rep or an agency. The benefit of working with someone like this is they're going to take a lot of the pressure off of you. They'll handle how to price your channel, how to pitch your channel, how to outreach to brands. They'll know which brands are spending on YouTube. They'll help you with coordinating your ad placements. They'll help you with contracting. They'll help you with negotiation. They'll help you with invoicing. They'll help you with follow-ups. They'll do all these things for you that could really be a full-time job as a creator. And as a creator, your main focus should be making content, not negotiating brand deals. Yes, you have to pay a sponsorship agency 15 to 25% of your deals, but it is well worth it. Speak to all the creators we work with. It is worth it. So I highly recommend when it comes to actually finding the brands for your channel, I recommend working with a sponsorship agency. So let's say you end up getting a hold of a brand, whether it's through a sponsorship agency or whether it's through your inbound, or you end up using the outbound method like I discussed. Next step is actually pitching your channel to that brand. And there's 6 things that every pitch should hit, no matter if you're doing it over an email, if you're making a Notion document, or you're making a custom deck. It really doesn't matter how you format it. What matters most is if you hit these 6 points. The number one point should be why you like to be partnered by that brand. Do you use their product? Do you have an endorsement? Do your fans use it? Is it something that you think could contribute to your videos? So really think about that. Number 2 is a 1-sentence description about you and your channel. What are you about? What are your videos about? Number 3 is you want to give your average views per video, especially if you have any certain video formats that tend to pop off on YouTube that brand would be placed on. Number 4 is you want to send them over audience demographic screenshot, including age, gender, and geography for your long form videos over the last 90 days. If you're pitching shorts to that brand, you can send it over for your short form videos. The 5th thing is you want to send over pricing for 1 integration, 3 integrations, and a dedicated video if that's what you plan on offering. And the last thing is you want to send links to your past sponsorships and which brands have come back for renewal deals. Yes, this stuff sounds extremely simple, but the truth of it is brands don't care about a big pitch deck. They just want to know the simple things to know if you are worth sponsoring. Once a brand responds, and especially if it's your first deal, try to figure out a fair rate. Don't always be going for the highest rate possible, because a lot of the times brands will either deny it or the rate will be so high that it's impossible for a brand to get a good ROI. So try to figure out a fair rate with them. If you don't know how to figure out your rate, check out my video, How to Price Your YouTube Sponsorships, linked down below, which will be super helpful. And once both you and the brand agree on the deal and you get a contract, make sure to go to sponsorshiptoolbox.com. I have a full resource here with a GPT prompt that will analyze your contracts for you and let you know if there's anything here that you should be redlining. Now you have the full step-by-step plan on how to land your first sponsorship deal. If there's anything you'd like me to get more in depth through, if you have any specific questions for me, feel free to drop that in the comments and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Other than that, like I mentioned, this channel is a free resource for YouTubers. We're not selling any books. We're not selling any courses. So if you could subscribe to the channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back next week with another video.